Alright, shalawam. First off, I want to say all praises to Yahawah, bahasham Yahawashi, bahasham Kodash. Double honors to our apostles, our elders, the GMS, to the elect doing the work in sincerity and the truth. Shalawam. GMS precepts here. Um, okay, so I have this article here. I have two articles. I have a few articles here, but I'm gonna focus on this one. This is from Newsweek.com. More prophecy, right? Because that's something that we got to be concerned with. I can't stress, or the scriptures, can't stress that enough. If you if you call yourself a follower of, I don't like to use the word Christian or follower of Jesus. If you're a follower of Yahawashi, Yahawashi, your number one concern should be prophecy. It tells you that what in Revelation. All right. The spirit of Yahawashi is a spirit of prophecy, so that's all I'm concerned with. So whenever I turn on the uh, news or look at some articles, I try to find things that align with prophecy because prophecies are the things that we got to look for, right? Those are, I like to call them the spiritual breadcrumbs, which let us know how soon the Lord is going to return. And we could see by the news, if your spiritual eye is open, you can see by what's happening in the news every day that the Lord is really about to make his return. Lord willing, it might be this year, you know. But continuing on, this is from Newsweek.com, and it says NATO moving missiles closer to Russia's borders. Okay, NATO moving missiles closer to Russia's borders. So this is, excuse me, this fulfills the prophecy of wars and rumors of war. And I got that, wars and rumors of wars, man. And this isn't going to light up at all. Every country that is involved in some type of skirmish, they're not going to lighten up. They might have an appearance, they might appear to lighten up, but really, like for instance, if they take 2 steps back, they're gonna take 3 steps forward, and it's all going to lead to the ultimate escalation, which is World War III, or that third woe, like the scriptures speak about, right? So like I said, this is NATO, right? It says NATO moving missiles closer to Russia's borders. Now, how do you think Russia is going to feel about that? They're going to feel threatened. Actually, before I continue reading, let me look at the response from Russia, right? This is dated March 8th. Um, see, Putin allies suggest nuclear strikes on 3 NATO members. Okay, now we know this isn't gonna, before World War III really happens, we know that the ship has to be forced upon the people. So, I'm not suggesting, I don't assume this is going to happen like tomorrow, or whatever, because if that would happen, things got to happen in order. If Putin strikes 3 NATO members, that's going to kick off, that's immediately going to kick off World War III, right? But regardless, it's, the threat is there. This is just a rumor of war, right? Which is prophecy, right? And let me get this article too. Russia came within 500 feet of triggering NATO's Article 5. This is what Kissinger said, or I guess a quote. But this is in response, or this suggestion from Putin to strike 3 NATO members. And you know what? And we're gonna get into what those 3 NATO members are and why he said this, right? And it's gonna further go into it in this article, right? It says NATO moving missiles closer to Russia's borders. I wonder if I should bring that other article out now. Anyway, let's continue on. I'll say that, right? So it says NATO countries are implementing a rotational air defense model stationed in Lithuania in response to calls from the Baltic states, right? The Baltic states to boost Europe's defense capabilities in the region. right? It says, according to Lithuanian. First off, let's go into what those Baltic states are, right? So I'll read this again. It says NATO countries are implementing a rotational air defense model stationed in Lithuania in response to calls from the Baltic states, right, to boost Europe's defense capabilities in the region. So the Baltic states are asking to boost their defense systems in Europe, according to the Lithuanian defense minister, who spoke about the defense model at a press conference Thursday. The defense systems will be operational in his nation later this year. NATO countries agreed to creating a rotational system in which allied countries will deploy air defense systems to the Baltic states for a period of time, right? So basically, it doesn't specify. I think it says it right here too. Yeah, it says did not state which Western countries are involved in the first round of air defenses being installed. So when it says rotational air defense model, it means certain countries in Europe, or that's part of NATO, are going to be part of placing missiles or place defense systems in the Baltic states, right? So let's see what the Baltic states are. Is this the thing? No, this is Sweden. Well, this is it right here. These are the Baltic states. The Baltic states are these three states here. I thought it had another. Here we go. Yeah, so this is wiki, right? So it says the Baltic states are these three nations right here: Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania. The Baltic states are Baltic countries in a geographical term encompassing Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania. All three countries are members of NATO, the European Union, Eurozone, blah, blah, blah. The three sovereign states of the eastern coast, it says the three sovereign states on the eastern coast of the Baltic Sea are sometimes referred to as the Baltic nations. Now, this is the Baltic Sea right here. Can I zoom in? No, I won't say it. This is the Baltic Sea right here, and these are the Baltic states. You see? And mind you, this is Sweden and this is Finland. We're going to get into that also in a minute. So those are the Baltic states, right? It says the defense official told reporters that Patriots were being provided by a European ally, not the United States. Right. So I mean, I think that's pretty much so that so that you got that going on. Now, in response, it says, well, Putin allies suggest nuclear strikes on three NATO countries. Now, also what you got going on, as well as NATO planning to install missiles in the Baltic states. Oh, did I get a? Let me get a. Right. So this is another map. So these are the Baltic states. Right, Lithuania, Latvia, and Estonia. This is the Baltic Sea. This is Sweden. This is Finland, and you see they all border Russia. Right, this border right here is Russia. This whole area right here is Russia, and then you got Europe. These European countries right here. They want to install missiles, an air defense system, in these three states bordering Russia. So of course Russia is going to see that act as a sign of threat, as a big threat. Also, we got news on Sweden. They just joined NATO. Okay, it took about 21 months for them to finally join, but they joined NATO now. It says Sweden officially joins NATO alliance, ending decades of neutrality, right? Because they remain neutral. Okay. Also, what Putin wants is he wants see, now this damn map is not working. He wants Ukraine. He said he'll take his neck off Ukraine if they go neutral. But they're not neutral. They're damn near part of NATO. You know, they're not officially NATO yet, but they're backed. by NATO in the neighboring countries. Now, Sweden they just joined NATO. Okay, you see they border, you know. So obviously, Russia is going to see that as a threat. Let's look at this. It said the northern nation applied to join the military. Let's see, yeah, back in 22, but faced delays from Turkey and Hungary. Sweden has officially joined NATO military alliance, ending decades of neutrality amid soaring concerns about Russia's aggression in Europe following the invasion of Ukraine. Blah blah blah. Word blah blah blah. Salad becomes the 32nd member. Fears of Russian military threat. Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine, February. Blah blah blah. Anyway, right? So that's a threat. So let me get that scripture. Let me get Matthew's 24. Right? Is this a? Let me get Matthew's 24. 24. Right? It says, this is a well-known scripture, especially now. This comes out more and more because that's the time we're in. It says, Matthew 24:7, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrow. So once you hear these things taking place, just know it's the beginning of sorrows. It's the beginning of things being bad. Okay? From here on out, it's only going to get worse and worse and worse. Okay? It says they shall deliver you up to be figures. But okay, so that's the point. It says all these are the beginning of sorrows. Hold on. Alright, Salakia, I'm having some technical difficulties with this computer, so I'm gonna just end the show on that. Um, let's see how long I go. Alright, so it says wars and rumors of wars, right? So those are the things those are the things that we gotta look out for. And this NATO thing, NATO asking or NATO moving towards placing missiles in the Baltic nations is a big thing. That's a big move. Also, Sweden joining NATO, that's also a big move. Yeah, you see my computer's fucking. I can't even open it. Here we go. And NATO, and Sweden joining NATO, that's also a big move. So, all these are things that we gotta look for and align them with the scriptures. So, all right. So I ended on that. Lord willing, you brothers and sisters were edified. Until the next show, shalawam.